For this video, I'm going to cover labeling and personal management such as makeup. And we have 3 beauty care items: a foundation, a blush, and an eyeshadow palette. We also have a sponge, a blush brush, and 2 eyeshadow brushes. Now, to label your palettes, what I did is I took bump dots for the eyeshadow palette. I chose this eyeshadow palette because it's more of a natural look, and it also has some dark colors for the evening, and it's only 6 colors including a blush. The way I labeled it is, if someone's familiar with Braille, this is a large E in Braille, or just 2 dots going diagonal to indicate that it's E for eyes. Next, I labeled, although it is significantly smaller than the eyeshadow palette, I still labeled it just in case. This is a blush, and I labeled it with a B in Braille going straight down, 2 dots. Now for the foundation, I didn't label it only because of the texture on the cap as well as the side. It's also glass, so you can lightly tap it. Now, to apply the blush, you'd find the dots, open it straight up. I didn't label the blush brush only because the handle is a lot thicker than the eyeshadow brushes, and the bristles are large as well. So what you do, you take the blush, hold it in the middle, you only stroke it twice, you find the mirror and tap it just so you have enough on. What you could typically do is smile to lift up your cheeks, find your cheeks, and apply it. Sometimes you could hold your finger down and apply it as well. Lightly tap, or you can take your nose, go across. Some people put it on their cheekbone, replace with your index finger with a brush, and tap it there. For foundation, however, you take the sponge. I didn't label this either because it's tactilely different from everything. You can feel that it's a sponge, and it's only sponge in your makeup bag. I did half a pump of liquid foundation, and what I did is I go right, left, up, down, and you dab all over your face. And to get extra coverage, and once you feel like you covered yourself, full coverage, you go over it again to make sure that it's in and doesn't look cakey. So I'm going to go over, cover all the areas, and then that's done. Set those aside. And for the eyeshadow palette, the top row is the lightest one, and the bottom row are the darkest ones. I'm going to be using the lightest ones, which is in the top left. So I'm going to take my finger, lightly rub it on the palette. I'm going to find my eye with the finger that I didn't use, take the finger that I did use, lightly tap along my eyes and keep my eyes closed. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to find the top, color with my opposite finger. I find it, I use the finger that I dabbed with for my eye, go over a different one, and lightly tap it. This way you can kind of get all the corners instead of using the brush. When using the brush, you could use any of these brushes. Technically, you could just feel which bristle you'd like to use. You go over, say you want another light one, go over to the next one. And what I like about this palette is that no matter what color you use, they all match. And just like the blush, you dab. And for the crease, you'd find your crease. I'd take it along, drag it alongside my finger and stroke back and forth with an arch. Back and forth a couple times. You don't have to do a ton. And then find the one that you just used, so it's the second one in. So find it. 1, 2. 2 strokes typically to get a lot of eyeshadow color. Find your crease. Most likely you could use the bone under your eyebrow as a landmark to find your crease. Take it along your finger and arc, go through.